Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and big news. Allegedly, sources are saying Britney Spears is mulling over a massive memoir deal to combat her sister, Jamie Lynn. Now, look, we got to take this with a grain of salt. It's coming in from the Mirror. That's actually a source from the Daily Star. So take that as you will. However, it's been very clear that Britney wants to do a tell-all interview. She's mentioned talking to Oprah. She's mentioned that that's going to come. She's mentioned that she wants to tell her side of things through social media posts. And I can only imagine that this statement is true. She has been swamped with offers to pen a tell-all memoir, lifting the lid on her showbiz career and toxic family feud. Look, of course that's true. Who on earth isn't going to want to pay for Britney Spears to finally write a book exposing it all? Because not only is that a book, that's a potential series later that someone could adapt. Can you imagine that series? I've seen people talk about this on Twitter, sort of jokingly. Imagine a Louisiana-style Crown type show about Britney's life. I mean, I'll be honest, I'd watch the hell out of that. But that's my point. A book is very valuable, and Britney could make the money while also telling the truth, right? And so Britney deserves the money. They've been stealing money from her for all these years, and she deserves some paydays once she now finally has control of all of her finances. So it doesn't surprise me at all that she has these offers coming in. I would have expected that. So to hear this, while I am usually careful in some of these Mirror sites, this doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I'm sure they're coming in. The question is she actually considering it? We know she's considering the Oprah interview. I wish she'd talk to somebody else. I'm not a fan of Oprah. I know some of you guys are. I'm not. In fact, I'll put the video up here. I've done a couple videos on why Britney shouldn't do a video with Oprah based on what Oprah did to Michael Jackson and so many others. I think she's a snake. I don't think she has good intentions. She flip-flops for ratings, and I worry. I don't trust her intentions for a lot of times, and I hope Britney would find someone who'll give her more of a long-form thing. Oprah will get the eyeballs, to be fair. She will. However, we're in a digital streaming age now. She could get anybody to be the interview, to do a tell-all on network TV, and people will still tune in. And I wish she would do more of a long-form conversation without all the commercial breaks and over-editing, because I just want to hear it from her. I really just want to have her talk and hear it. You know what I mean? So that's what I wish she would consider something a little bit more different of a format-wise. Like going on a podcast where you can just talk for an hour is really nice because you really get to feel what's going on, right? You get to make your own decisions based on how they answer and how they pause versus an edited interview. It's just, I don't know. I want to hear. I don't want Britney to be, edited. I don't want Britney to be, tricked in any way. I want her to have a place where she can just speak. So the best way to do that is in a book, because even as they say, you can't, nobody else can write, she's in control of that book. Whatever she wants to write in that book, she's the final say. Publishers, whatever, just gonna have to agree to say whatever it is. But the upside of the book, Britney has total control over every word. They can't edit her. They can't censor her. They can't cut to commercial break. She can say it all in that book in the best way possible. So that way she can do her Oprah interview. She gets, edited, whatever they need to do for stupid production's sake. But then we get a book where she says it all in her own words at her pace. She can say it the way she wants to say it. It really is a smart way to do it, in my opinion. So again, this is the source that's from the Daily Star. Britney's absolutely ready to explode. She's living it the way Jamie Lynn has represented a version of this relationship, like nothing that resembles the truth. Her truth. This source says, I hate when people use that, but Britney didn't say it per se. The figures on the table are large, but obviously with her legal team, she would need to focus on her truth. God, I don't know why this makes me not like this source when they keep saying that. Let's talk about the truth, shall we? Britney, I hope, everybody. Let's talk about the truth. What happened? Also, keep in mind all the legal drama with Jamie and Jamie Lynn. Another option is to sit down. Well, we know that with the articles here saying, that's why this article, take it with a pinch of salt. But at the same time, of course she must be considering it. Of course she has to be considering this. Seeing how now Jamie Lynn's book is tanking. We're going to talk about the numbers of that in a little bit during our live stream today around 1 o'clock. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that like button so you can join us live today and catch every video, because I see a lot of people, just a quick heads up, a lot of people are getting unsubscribed. It's a real weird problem here on this platform. So can you verify that you are subscribed? Continue to do that when you're watching the content. I really appreciate it. But we'll be live talking about some more updates, including Jamie Lynn's book sales. But the reaction to Jamie Lynn's book has been very poor. Very poor. Here's a review from the book cut I found from the other day. A sad, unsettling read. I couldn't agree more. And yes, part 2 of my book review is coming, but I just wanted to write this one part of her raw account of her own suffering makes it all the more jarring that she doesn't extend the same compassion to her sister. The book is peppered with unsympathetic mentions of Britney's mental health struggles in 2000s, which Jamie Lynn refers to as sources of embarrassment for Britney, without more than a surface look at the context of what Britney was dealing with: her divorce, her mental health, postpartum struggles, tirade of paparazzi, unrelenting cruelty of the media. Jamie Lynn paints her sister's behavior as erratic, moody, and paranoid. At one point, Britney is now categorically denied, writing that only a scum person would make up such a thing. So, Jamie Lynn wavers between portraying herself as an oblivious 17-year-old the year the conservative went effect, and then later obviously talks about how she, tried to help and yada yada yada. So she's a mess. Jamie Lynn's book is a mess. It's a walking contradiction the whole time. It's just full of bad writing, nonsensical crap, and it doesn't help that people like Ashley Aldridge are coming out of the woodwork to share the truth here. And thanks to everybody who tuned in. If you missed our exclusive interview with Ashley is Maddie's aunt. So Maddie is Jamie Lynn's daughter, who she had with Casey Aldridge. Ashley is Casey's sister. And Jamie Lynn writes really poorly about Casey in the book. As I read it as a father, I was like, something's not right here. There has to be another side to this story. And there is. And to be fair, Casey, has had issues. But I talked to Ashley in great depth before and during the interview, and I really found her to be credible. I talked to a few other people who said, yep, who are around that area. There's been a few people on Twitter who are trying to say, no, she doesn't know what she's talking about. However, whenever I press those people, they always just, wall up, never give information, and then start promoting their own TikToks. So it is what it is. If anybody out there has information for or against any of these people, Jamie Lynn, etc., please reach out. I want to cover it all. I can only, though, report based on the sources that speak to me, and the sources that are speaking to me are painting a pretty solid picture in my mind. So if anybody else out there is watching or frustrated with my reporting, is like, Andy, actually, I have more information that you don't have, I hope you'll all send it on over. You can hit me up at social media at Andy Signor, popcornplaneteam@gmail.com. I really want to be objective to all of this. But it's hard to deny the fact that after reading the book and everything else, I don't trust Jamie Lynn. I really don't. She's been caught in too many lies. She lies throughout the book, and she contradicts herself throughout the whole book. So it's hard to trust her as a reliable witness, especially given the fact that she can't even empathize for her own sister's issues. She just can't. So that's where I stand on it all. But if anybody has thoughts, please send them my way. I just wanted to focus on this main point here, though. This book would be huge. She wants to have time to talk through what happened, express her feelings on it all. And I can't imagine you guys aren't going to buy this book way more than Jamie Lynn's book, which I'll be honest, is not faring well on the charts. We'll talk about that later. We got lots more to go through, including, guys, the other thing that's really interesting is how Call Her Daddy, the show, a lot of the fans of that host are not happy with her. They're not happy with the way, even part 2. She's getting a lot of flack online, so there's plenty more catch-up we'll be doing tonight live, as well as Andrew and the Queen drama, and so much more to head through beyond just this story. We had so much more to cover, so join us every day around 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time as we break down the news together. I love our Popcorn Planet community. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, check that subscribe button for me. And there's part 1 on the left. If you haven't watched it, please click on that. And I'll put the Oprah video on the right. Want to learn about Oprah and why I don't like her? You can click that one instead. Thanks for watching here.